Well, hey, welcome to the Pendleton Podcast, episode number 4. It's September the 19th of 2024. And I'm glad you're here. We have a lot to go over. And the Pendleton Podcast is about Pendleton Hills information and news, also community events. And if you want your event featured on here, just let me know at dave@pendletonhills.com. And we're talking about Pendleton County and Campbell County and everything that's going on around us. And this podcast lives on YouTube, Pendleton Hills TV, in fact. So if you ever miss an episode, you can go back to Pendleton Hills TV, hit the subscribe button, and also the notification bell. And you can check out all the episodes as well as everything else that's going on at Pendleton Hills. We want to thank our sponsors, Johnson Heating and Cooling, Spirit of Adventure Travel, Gatlin Volker Law Firm, Sparks Hardware, People's Funeral Home, JM Solutions, and TC Electric. Sponsor list is growing. All right, first up, we have Mr. All-State Talon Bean. Want to say congratulations to Talon. He plays golf with the Campbell County Camels, and he was selected for the KGCA 2024 All-State Championship Invitational Tournament this weekend at the University Club of Kentucky. So good luck, Talon, and go Camels. Also, this past weekend, we had the ladies and the seniors tournaments at Pendleton Hills, and you see our trophies right there. Pretty cool. First up, we have Super Senior Champion Steve Houchin. Congratulations to Mr. Steve Houchin. He won the Pendleton Super Senior Club Championship with a score of 158 over a 2-day period. Next up, we have Senior Men's Champion Joe Foreman. And Joe, he won the Pendleton Hills Club Championship for seniors with a score of 151. He beat out last year's champ Ed Thompson by 1 stroke. And then Vic Brooks came in third with a 2-day total of 155. And Hans Purcell came in fourth with a 157. Going on, ladies champion Lisa Houchin. She won the Pendleton's Ladies Club Champion with a 2-day total of 165. Kelly House came in second with a 171, and Peggy McDanhole came in third with a 197. Congratulations, Lisa. Also, the senior ladies champion was Doris Brooks. She won the Pendleton Hills Ladies Senior Club Championship with a score of 176. Peggy Dean came in second with a score of 177, and Mimi Hagendorn came in with the third with a score of 199. Congratulations, Doris. We had a couple of seniors of the high school age that celebrated their senior day this week at Pendleton Hills. Bryant Brown of PHS and TJ Sorrell of Bellevue. Congratulations, guys. Events we have this weekend. Boston Steel's day is at the Kincaid Lake Conference Center, and it's this Saturday 9 to 3. So there's all kinds of crafts and things like that. Again, the Kincaid Lake Conference Center this Saturday 9 to 3. Also, we have the Southern States Fall Festival also this Saturday, also at 9 to 3 down in Alexandria. Now, we've been talking about sponsorships and naming opportunities, and I had a whole lot of conversations this week, more than I can even remember. The naming opportunities and sponsorships, they include a 5-year membership, your name on the honor wall with your family, your name on the tables with your family, but most of all, maximum marketing exposure. Everything that we're going to be doing, stuff like this, stuff like newsletters, the list goes on and on. Your name's going to be on there as a sponsor. But one of the biggest things that I've been telling people is that you're also telling the community that you're in on this project. And I've had so many people that I've talked to, they say, yeah, we want all this. But the important thing is what is going on at Pendleton Hills. This build back, this game-changing thing for our community is really what's most important to them. So yes, if you sponsor at Pendleton Hills, everybody's going to know that you're a part of this. We have our T signs going on right now. We're about at halfway, and I've got information out to another dozen people that are thinking about it. Yeah, so about halfway and a dozen people thinking, yeah, we're getting close. These things are going to be filled up. So if you're interested, it's a terrific way to get your name out there. Let me know, Dave@pendletonhills.com, or make a comment here, but put your email in there so I can get the detailed information to you. This past week, I sat down with a friend of mine, Tammy Vader. Tammy is the newly hired Economic and Tourism Development Director for Pendleton County. And we had a conversation about her new job and what she has in store for that and some of the goals. So let's listen in. Well, hey, everybody. I'm here with Tammy Vader, and Tammy is the newly hired Economic and Tourism Development Director for Pendleton County. Tammy, thanks for sitting down and having a conversation with me today.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. So I wanted to come in and just ask you about the new position. What is it? What are the goals? And how do you fit in? What made you interested? All that good stuff. So why don't we start with just the position itself?
Well, this is not a new position. It's been reinvented, I guess you could say.
Okay.
There's been a person in the economic development position for years, up until a couple of years ago when Bill Mitchell retired. Prior to him was Jack Wright. And Jack, of course, had a very long term. I worked under Jack, so that's how I became very invested in Pendleton County and continued in that career to where I am today. So Pendleton County has been looking to fill that position because there's things that we need to do, that we need someone in-house, local, in the building to help facilitate those things, whether it be grants, whether it be programs, anything that is involved in economic development. So they were able to bring it back. And most recently, with the passing of the 3% transient tax, they hired this position also to help facilitate those funds that come in.
Okay. And you being from here, I'm sure that probably played into your decision to take the position after it was announced. So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it's something I've always wanted to come back home, and having that desire over the years, I've always kept up with what's happened here, stayed kind of hidden in the background, but watched closely to make sure that, I know what's going on and have a feel for the community. And when the opportunity came up, I was real excited to have just recently moved back to Pendleton County. So it fit, I came home, I'm living on, the family property, and to be able to come back home and work, it kind of completes the picture. It's a homecoming for me.
Yeah, and that's fantastic. And it always does help to have people from here engage, especially when they've had a background such as yourself, to come in and engage in the community that they grew up in. And I think that's fantastic. Talking about your expertise and your background, what are some of the things that you've done in the past that have brought you to this position?
One of the things that I feel really good about bringing back is I have the diversity of several different locations where I've worked. I left Pendleton County, went to Elizabethtown, worked with their Main Street program. From there, went to work with the state under the Commerce Cabinet for a while. And from there, I've helped other communities in Kentucky start not only their downtown programs, I've worked with them to do their Chamber of Commerce programs, economic development, start their tourism programs through the passage of the transient room tax, industrial development, applying for state and national grants and getting funding. So it's been very diverse, but all of those things coming together are elements that can be applied to what's happening in Pendleton County right now. And that's the thing that I feel good about. My foundation started here after the flood, doing flood recovery, and I've been able to continue to do that over the years. And now I feel like I can bring some of that goodness back to Pendleton County and make a difference.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds terrific. What are some of the goals that you have with this position? Maybe some short-term goals and long-term goals.
I think probably the first thing is again, with the transient room tax just passing, the important thing is getting the commission in place, getting their foundation, setting their bylaws, and setting their program, and looking at opportunities there. I think that's probably one of the main priorities, is to get them in place. Look at opportunities for next year. Right now, we're looking at publications and printing that are going to promote things happening in Pendleton County next year. From the economic development side, I think is just trying to decide where we can help find ways to employ jobs that have good pay, build our industry opportunities, what are our potentials, who are our partners. So right now I'm trying to lay that groundwork and build those relationships so that when an opportunity comes up, then we can be quick to respond and to help. And also looking at the small business side, there's a lot of opportunities out there for women-owned businesses, small entrepreneurial type businesses, farming, agriculture. So there's all sorts of things going on, and Pendleton County probably has not been aware of it because there's not been someone here who's been their cheerleader to let them know that that's happening.
Yeah, it's always good to have somebody that is in tune to what's going on and kind of wrap it together in a package and then let everybody know what's happening. Of course, you've been aware of the Pendleton Hills project and what we're doing there. And how do you see that impacting the community?
I think it's a great project. I think the potential for it on the northern end of the county, I think, is going to bring in a market that we've not had before, because of how the property is planned, as far as not only to continue the golfing part of it, but the building, the facility has the potential to do events and even small meetings, as well as the lodging part of it through your camping and your tree houses. So I think it has the best elements of everything that can be in one location. And because it's unique, I think that's going to have a draw. And overall, I think it'll be very economically viable for Pendleton County.
Yeah, I was really shocked, to be honest. Working with the state tourism department, they shared some of the numbers that they do. They have a study basically every year of when somebody comes into Kentucky from out of state and spends a night, how much do they spend on average per night? And I was very surprised. So we were able to take our planned occupancy numbers and apply the figures that the state tourism department gave me, and came out with a 10-year projection on how much money this project should bring into the community for all the other businesses. And it was an astounding figure. It was just unbelievable. So we've been talking, and I've been talking a lot to other businesses, other business owners, about getting on board with Pendleton Hills with a sponsorship, because with everything that we have going on, I mean, if you picture hundreds of people spending the night, especially in the summertime, having that group there that we can advertise to, market to for other businesses in the area, it's just going to be huge. So I've been reaching out to these guys and saying, hey, let's look at sponsorships at Pendleton Hills, naming opportunities as well. And we would love to advertise and market your business with all the things like the podcast that we're doing.
Right.
That's going to continue on, other YouTube videos about the story of the rebuild and what's happening going forward. Newsletters. It's just a constant message. I was thinking back before the fire, we were posting 8 times a day. And it's crazy to think, but we just, even before the fire, we had enough stuff going on that we were able to do postings on all the social media platforms 8 times a day. And then after we get up and running, it's going to be even more than that.
I think it's amazing because destination marketing is a huge opportunity for a project such as yourself. And again, it goes back to the diversity. You opened yourself up to different ways of promoting and marketing and bringing people in based on different sectors of the industry. So I think that's what's unique about it. It has a lot of potential for Pendleton County because we can showcase what we have here locally. I don't think a lot of people realize, yes, we are very small, we're very rural, but the first month of the transient room tax, just the value of the overnight stays that the 3% was based on for the month of July was nearly $120,000.
Yeah.
We do not have a single hotel, motel in Pendleton County. We have over 30 Airbnbs, VRBOs, bed and breakfast, all the above.
Mhm.
And that's not the economic impact. I haven't even been able to get that complete yet. But in the first month, to have had overnight stays generate $120,000 in revenue that created a 3% tax off of that, that is phenomenal for Pendleton County. That shows that people are interested in being here. We have something to offer, and that is the relaxing environment. We're very close to the water. We've got Kincaid Lake, we've got the Licking River, we've got the Ohio River, we have the Ark and that's over there that's drawing a lot of attention in that part of our county as far as lodging. So there's lots of things I think we can capitalize on right now, what I call the low-hanging fruit, but we need somebody there to do that. Volunteers work hard, but they have jobs, they have family, and they have burnout. And, and that is a challenge. Whereas when you have someone there who can kind of facilitate that every day, and then you pull in your volunteers, create a community environment, it's going to create a successful program. But I've been really excited to see the numbers with the potential with the Tourism Commission, because having that funding opens a new market for us. We now can go out and do destination marketing. We can do small business planning. We can develop new events. We can support what we have here, and we can make a difference with Pendleton County and make it a name that's not going to be something that everybody goes, where's that at?
Yeah.
They're going to know where we're at.
Yeah.
You know.
I was talking yesterday with somebody that said, you just get so tired of hearing people say, well, you can't because of this, you can't because of that. And I said, one of the things that you look at is, what is it that you're saying you can't because of what? And then you reverse that. Well, we don't have the interstate. We don't have maybe infrastructure and some different things. But what we have would be a place that people would want to come to and stay, because we don't have all those things.
Absolutely.
So we have, the beautiful landscape and all that, and that's what's going to attract people down here. So we're really excited about the project, getting it rolling in the spring, and greatly appreciate your help with all this, and
glad to be helpful.
Letting other businesses know what's going on, and all the marketing that you guys are going to be doing will be huge.
Well, we're excited about it. I think the tourism side, we have a golden egg. We just need to make sure we protect it and develop it well, and very delicately make sure it's in the direction that we want it to go. And, from the economic development side, I think, the biggest thing is Pendleton County is called a bedroom community. It's been that way as long as I can remember. I think when we were growing up, it was that same way. And it creates great opportunities as much as it doesn't, because when you have people leaving your community every day, you're losing a potential economic benefit to the community, the spending value, the taxes, the things that help make a community grow and strive and be successful. So one of the things that we're hoping to do from an economic development side is really start looking at how can we develop jobs? What do we need to do? But we kind of have a cyclical problem that we're trying to figure out how to deal with it. And it's hard to attract industry if you don't have jobs. It's hard to have jobs if you don't have housing. If you don't have housing, you don't have industry. And it just
big cycle.
Yes, and it's a vicious one. So how can we blend those two things together and create an opportunity that someone out there looks at Pendleton County, not only as a tourism destination, which we're working very well going in that right direction, but a place that they want to locate their business, that we can employ people and give them a value that they can live on for quality of life, buy a home and stay in Pendleton County. So those are some things that we're exploring now. We're looking at what is it that we currently have? What are those barriers that's causing those things not to be as successful as they could be? What are new opportunities? What are our untapped secrets? And we've identified some of those, and we're hoping, to look at grant opportunities and to bring some new ideas and pull some people in that maybe that we've not partnered with in the past. We have utility companies, we have the railroad, we have the state, the Cabinet for Economic Development. We have all these resources available to us, and if we find the right project, we can help facilitate that and supplement it with funding and make Pendleton County take it to the next level.
Yeah, and growing up, I always heard the figure that 85% of the people that live here worked out of the county. Does that seem about right? Or
that I don't know exactly what the number is. It's
Yeah.
between 60 and 80, but the biggest thing is people are commuting anywhere between 35 and 50 minutes an hour.
Yeah,
And that's 2 hours per day,
right.
10 hours a week. Plus, if you talk about traffic congestion,
hmm
you're probably talking that you're spending almost the equivalent of a part-time job
Yeah,
on
in
the
your
road,
card.
in your car, let alone the gas you're spending, the expenses associated with that. So if we can bring that closer to home, it would be something I think that we would be very proud to say we were able to do. It's been something that's talked about. It's had its ebbs and its flows, ups and downs. And that's one thing where I hope to not let it stop again, to make sure that we do everything we can to make it happen. It's going to be hard. I mean, it's not going to be an easy road to travel, but I think with the support and the being very transparent, opening up that door to get the ideas, get involved the entire community, the cities, the county, the citizen. That's the only way we're going to be successful. And, I say I'm only as successful as the community is going to let me be,
Right.
because everything I do is based on improving the economic vitality of this community.
Working with the consultants, once we're up and fully running, it's looking like we're going to have about 60 to 70 jobs. So about, going off memory, about 50 new ones.
Mm-hmm.
And should be really good jobs, really good pay, and good benefits, because one of the benefits that we're going to be able to offer is a free membership to the Pendleton Hills.
Yes.
And with the indoor pool, the outdoor pool, pickleball courts, a game room, fitness center, you may be thinking, well, I don't play golf, but there's going to be so many things there for non-golfers that the benefits to having that membership should be pretty substantial.
I mean, health and wellness is an important part of your community, and Pendleton County right now lacks that health and wellness support. You don't have some place you can go on an after hours basis to, exercise and to build your body up in a way that makes it healthier and happier. And, so it's great to see that you're looking at all of those opportunities, because I think each piece of it is going to open a different part of the community to be supportive of it. And, and that's, Pendleton County struggles with health and wellness. We have, great programs going on, and, we're doing a lot of super great things, but finding some place where you can go and play ball besides golf, like you said, and exercise and things like that. I think that's real important too.
Yeah. Well, Tammy, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for all the help. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I appreciate it.
Thank you. It's been fun.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate Tammy sitting down for the interview. It was really nice to hear what she has in mind scheduled for Pendleton Hills. And speaking of Pendleton Hills, of course, if you haven't seen the new building that we're going to start this coming spring, there's the front of it and the back of it, and it's going to be pretty cool. So again, if you want your event featured here in upcoming episodes, please send me an email at dave@pendletonhills.com. stuff happening in Pendleton and Campbell counties. Let us know what's going on. And thanks for being here. Thanks for watching the podcast and supporting. Please share this with people and let them know what's going on. We'll be here we'll be here weekly. Let me put it that way. It may be once a week or twice a week, but we'll be here weekly to let you know what's going on. You guys have a fantastic day and a fantastic weekend.